I love how we're sitting on the top of Melbourne here and I actually look out the window and see our building, which is really exciting. To give you a bit of context, we just recently built 20,000 metres in Cremorne on the edge of Melbourne, really driven by our ability to attract and retain great people, to set ourselves apart as employer of choice. So everything that we've done within the building is about making a better experience for our people, really focusing on great ESG, watching the sustainability aspects of the building, but just making it a really comfortable place and where people have working more flexibly, more often. This is a place that people really enjoy coming together and working.
What I find amazing about what you guys have done is you came up with all of this before the pandemic, yet you've got attendance rates are right up where you want them at a time when other people are struggling. So what's the secret recipe?
I don't know if there is a secret recipe. We're lucky at Seek in that we have a great culture. We just find that people are attracted to Seek to do the kind of work that we do and they want to work with our people. So it's probably a little bit easier for us to attract people in the office. It is brand new, it's beautiful, it's got such lovely facilities there that support people throughout their whole day, from end of trip facilities to all these areas where you can work within fresh air. We have a really strong focus on mental health and supporting diversity through the physical spaces. So I think there's a lot to like and that's not hurting our ability to bring people back.
As you were making those decisions that you wanted to achieve this, what were the decision-making drivers that sat beneath that around the space, the type of building and the location that you've chosen?
Really is a people-first organisation and that was at the heart of everything we did. We built a set of key criteria that we thought would best support that around great amenity, connection to green spaces, being able to get access to great services and restaurants in the area, and Cremorne really stood out to us as a space that could do that, and also just the ability to get those really enormous floor plates so that we can connect people better through the physical spaces.
Is there anything you do differently now as a consequence of COVID? Had you known that when you were planning for the building?
We found that the thinking worked really well. So some of the things that really haven't changed pre-COVID to post-COVID is making it somewhere people like, that we're supporting mental health, that we're providing enough space to do different types of work. Maybe we'd think about how much collaboration spaces we've got versus fixed workstations, but they're easy kind of tweaks to make.
And what about health and well-being and sustainability? How important were they as factors then and then now, obviously with the pandemic?
We did think about density and really great air quality. We wanted places for respite and rest, and all of that's rung true throughout the process.
Do you have any concerns in the future about, say, volatility of headcount? How well is your space going to cope if you had to condense or if you had to suddenly grow? How are you managing flexibility in this new world?
It's a challenging property, as we know. Like, we take long-term leases. We've got to sort of figure out what a headcount is in the long term. We back ourselves to be around for a long time. We think we've got a really great business model that we think is going to be strong for a long time. So we take spaces that we think are right for the lease term, but they're flexible so that we can flex up or flex down with the amount of people that we accommodate. And I think there's really a place in the industry actually for landlords to provide that more flexible space on top of leases, so you've got co-working within the building, and that's something we lean on from time to time.
Do you have a hybrid or flexible working policy? So what does that look like? You have very high turn-up rates, but is flexible working part of the mix?
Before COVID, we did have a situation where people were able to work flexibly. They did have the one desk per person. We think that doesn't kind of make sense now because people are taking up on the flexible option more frequently. Coming in 2 or 3 days a week's great for our teams, but it kind of varies from person to person and from role to role. I mean, we've got people here who are managing people in other countries and they're not necessarily working closely with people in Melbourne, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to have them coming in 2 or 3, 4, 5 days a week. There's some people who are here every day. We need to be flexible.